Hi guys, Tugger here with a new video, and this video will be a discussion video about Battleground Blitz. So Battleground Blitz is such a game mode that I feel just doesn't work. I just logged in, by the way. I think Battleground Blitz, if you know the videos I made before it was live, I tested on the PBE, I tested on the beta, tested on every single way possible to talk and hype it up, actually. Like, I was really convinced Battleground Blitz would be saving PvP. Like, I was really convinced. I thought it would kill the queue times, like, in a positive way, so it means that you would not have queue times. I thought it would be like a huge success with the players. But like now I am on a healer, right? A fresh healer for Battleground Blitz. I played 2 games as a resto shaman, I think, this season, whatever. If I queue up as a healer for Battleground Blitz, the queue times are very long just for a healer. So imagine for a DPS. I truly believe like their MMR system is just broken to the point where it doesn't matter anyways, and it should not matter as much as in Soul Shuffle, for sure. I think there's ways and many things that makes it very hard to enjoy as well. I think there are many factors that makes that players are not as hyped up or as performing or as often playing that game mode, and those reasons are like quite big. So for example, I think the factor of you carrying through a game is minimal, as every BG is. The feeling of like people not listening on when you have a shot caller in the team and someone takes the role upon them, because again I think someone needs to shot call if you want to win, and people need to follow, and if they're not agreeing they should be shot calling, but they're not doing it. I think also the game mode lacks really truly a way for comebacks to happen. I think once there is a lead, it's very hard to lose that lead. There are a few maps that are like really like this. You have Gilneas, for example, where if you have only two, like if you have 2 bases for a bit of time, it's literally impossible to win at one point with only 2 bases. You need to go 3 bases, which is super hard to do on that map if people are competent and they know what they need to do. I think again, comps wise, sometimes it feels like you have a team with like 3 MMs and you have 0 MMs. Why do they not put an MM on the other team to make it a bit more like split? Or for example, you are like double resto versus double mistweaver. Like, why does that happen? Why don't you put one resto into the other team? And they're not even duo queuing. If they would duo queue, okay, but they're not even duo queuing, so I don't understand how that can occur. And I feel like the system is not intelligent enough. And I think because Blitz is so fast-paced, like one mistake is enough to lose a game. Or like there are maps where people don't know enough like quickly what they need to do. It's very weird. Like, it makes me miss the days of Shadowlands Season 1 RBGs, for example, where it was super populated and people were like doing it in tropes. People were like literally playing it to get gear for PvE as well, but also for PvP, because it was one of the best ways to get honor, because you need to do upgrades on the gear. People remember in Shadowlands. I missed those PvP days, and there was a Soul Shuffle, there was no solo queue RBGs, but RBGs felt like very active, and you had communities and whatnot. And it's not me with rose-tinted glasses, because it's not me saying that RBGs like 10v10, like just like I would say coordinated BGs, like coordinated RBGs, let's call it like that. I don't need it to come back, because I think the game has grown way past that, unfortunately. I think the rewards are not there. I think we have a huge issue with boosters and people win trading and whatnot. And I think in solo queue RPGs, at least that's how I feel, Those things happen at high elo very easily because you have such a little player base that are queuing up, are getting queues, are willing to sit those queues, that they just win trade between themselves. And I feel like it just kills anything towards the game mode. I think the idea and the execution is just not like the execution is not there. The idea was here. I know like faster games is it. You need to have fast games. You need to have games end at least at the 12-minute mark, and that was kind of the goal. But it feels like it's very hard to like come back to such games because it's not possible to come back if the game is 12 minutes on Warzone Gold, for example. It just is not possible. And I don't know. I feel like I have maybe rose-tinted glasses where I do prefer the old style of BGs where it's more slow with your mount and you can mount up and it's not going to blitz you to the other side of the map. But I get like if you don't have it, obviously those maps and blitz types, so the fast pace of the game mode. If you don't have fast mounts, it's not possible to have like that game mode being any competitive because one mistake would make you not able to come back. So I don't know. It's an open discussion because it's not like I have any options or solutions to that problem. I think it's very much a Blizzard created problem because they know what they did and they don't know how to fix it. And it's not really my job to fix that for them. Tried it multiple times in the past to actually fix stuff that Blizzard doesn't do well. But yeah, I think right now I don't have really an idea for them. I think solo queue RPGs, people don't like BGs. Maybe the loss of agency in a lot of cases. It's also very long to grind. Like the amount of honor, the amount of CR you gain per win. At like a point where you are stagnating with your MMR, let's say, like just a win would give you, for example, 15 CR for a 12-minute game, which is a 50-50 basically. Like solo queue RPGs, like Battleground Blitz, let's call it like that, is such a game mode where it is very 50-50. You basically you have no agency. You could have very lucky streaks, or you could be with very unlucky streaks. And that itself is an annoying, and it's really just bad design at the end. So yeah, that was kind of a way to talk about it and to discuss Battleground Blitz. I feel like a lot of things should happen towards PvP. I don't know if that will happen. I think like the Slayer Rise Epic BG is okay on the midnight, I would say, release. The issue with that is that again it's an epic BG. Who cares at that point for epic BGs, because we're very past that point where casual modes are like very popular. Like even in Miss Pandaria, I don't know if it's like right now the same case, but at the start of the season the queues were literally 20-second queues. If you're Alliance, I think Horde is a bit different because again, but if you're Alliance, it's 20 seconds queues. And it was very fast to get into our random BGs because people like doing BGs. It's not alone about arenas or rewards or like that rank 1 status. It was also about like having fun. But I don't think like retail is in that stage where they want to have fun. I think if I'm going to queue up for a random BG, the chances are that I'm not going to get a BG very fast. Like I do maybe on this server because I'm Ravencrest now. But like if I'm on a French server, it's kind of dead, like really dead. It's very hard to queue and to get pops, and it doesn't feel good as well. Like you often play pre versus premates versus non-premates. So if you're not a premate, you're going to get rollover. But that's the same problem with Mr. Pandaria, by the way, and same problem for any version. Like people like to premate versus non-premates, and when there's like a bit of resistance to that match, they just give up and go next to farm another group of people that they don't know. So I don't know, I feel like the brawls like useless. They should be literally just inside of those random BGs because I mean 30 minutes queue time, average time, which again it's an average time, it's whatever. Arena's like, again, social form, it's quite fast. I think DPS wise it is also quite fast depending on the spec you're playing. I didn't test it, but it feels like with a Frost Decay it queues up faster than, let's say, a Arms Warrior or Fury Warrior. That's how I felt. But that maybe is like a placebo, to be fair. Currently I'm like playing a lot of healer. I kind of enjoy the agency of healing. Like, I think DPS sometimes I get frustrated a lot by other DPSs, but also a lot of healers, because I feel like, why are you not like preventing what's happening on your screen? And I have the same things as a healer, by the way. But like in solo queue RPGs, it's a next level like frustration where I feel like, why are you standing here? You're not like you're not helping. You're just trying to get kills at mid without like getting the control of mid. Like, you're trying to just like do a montage clip at this point. That's how I feel. But anyways, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.